The biggest obstacle to your improvement is yourself. Sure, things that are outside of our control happen all the time. Injuries, illnesses, unexpected workload, and I don't know what else. But ultimately, what matters is how we respond to these external circumstances. If you consider yourself a tough case when it comes to your nutrition and changing your eating habits, I hope this episode will give you a different perspective. And here is why. I'll give you a glimpse into what I've experienced in my coaching practice so far. I've worked with people who have gone through orthorexia, childhood trauma that has profoundly affected their eating, but also people who are going through serious health issues such as cancer treatment. And, that gave me a completely different perspective on my own problems. Hello friend, if you are joining me for the first time, welcome. I'm your host Daniel Weiss, a certified nutrition coach, educator and an athlete. I've created this show to help you understand and simplify nutrition so you can focus on making educated choices and observe how your body starts feeling, looking and performing better. I've been working with people who simply want to look and feel better, recreational as well as elite athletes who want to challenge themselves, but also with fitness professionals. I know that becoming a better, fitter version of yourself will not be possible without the right mindset and habits that will get you through the hard times. So that is why I cover these topics as well. I would also like to bring to your attention the nutrition guides, meal plans, and other resources that I have created over the years, and you can get them for free at danweiss.eu/guides. There are two main reasons why I believe that people consider themselves to be a tough case when it comes to changing their nutrition. One part of the problem is misinformation. Look, the fitness industry creates meal plans, body transformation challenges, and group workout fitness programs, but they don't consider people. They are designed as if they were for the minority who don't have kids, have all the money and all the time just for themselves. And when the average person tries to follow these programs, they inevitably fail. So what do they do then? They blame themselves for their lack of discipline. The average person often doesn't have the good habits, the social support or other supporting structures, and possibly lack the skills to get the results that they see being marketed on the social media. They don't realize that it's not just about exercise or just about the diet, and especially beginners have no idea how long it can take to make a real lifestyle change that is sustainable. And this leads them to have the all or nothing mentality, and they don't last long enough. They don't develop enough consistency, systems, the habits necessary to make the changes, so they never reach their goals. The path to success and getting results is having good sleep, exercising regularly, a proper diet that fills you up and satisfies you also mentally, having daily movement outside of exercise. These are the big rocks. But just because it is simple, it doesn't mean it's easy. The second part is our inner monologue. I have coached people who had orthorexia or this childhood trauma, cancer patients. And the funny thing is that often it is the very people who are doing well mentally and physically that are the ones who say, I'm a hard case. I think the reason for this is that they believe that in order to make any improvement, whether it's in their nutrition training, lifestyle, they have to be really strict or even perfect. In other words, if you can actually physically eat and it doesn't cause you terrible anxiety, I don't think you are a hard case. So change that label you are putting on yourself. You are making yourself a hard case, and that's a mindset problem. And we can do that for different reasons, and usually it's because we lack belief in ourselves, or we are afraid of failure, or we believe that the only way to improve is to be really strict or perfect. So if you think that you can't get better because you travel a lot, your stomach doesn't digest certain food well, or because you have 2 kids, or that you are the hard case, well, let me tell you, it's not going to get better. It happens that we get sick, and there is nothing we can do about it. Some people tell me with conviction that because they are sick and there is no point in doing anything about their diet. And then there are people like Veronica, one of my previous clients, who wrote to me during her illness. Out of boredom, I am writing a sort of meal plan. 4 meals of 400 calories each. I'm trying to make a plan so I don't get bored. You will always travel, hopefully have kids. Injuries will happen, and many other things will get in your way that you can do nothing about. And when you finally start thinking like it's getting better, that's when a serious illness strikes you. That's just part of your normal life. Most importantly, you won't be any younger than you are today. So this is something to think about as well. Recently I made a post about how age affects our muscle mass. So we know that we are not getting younger, our muscles are not getting younger either. And why is this important? Well, when we look at the cross section of a leg muscle of, let's say, a 24-year-old and a 70-year-old, we see deterioration. But a 69-year-old who exercises, the muscle quality and muscle mass can be really similar to that 24-year-old guy. So in short, working muscle makes us healthier, makes us look younger, makes our bones stronger, and also our minds sharper. So it's never too late to start exercising, and it's always a bad idea to stop with it completely. And remember that when you are starting with exercise, it will be new to you. It might seem hard, but really it's just new. So just with anything, don't put that mental obstacle before you even start doing that, right? Don't visualize it as something that's really hard, that you are too weak or whatever. There is always next step. For you, it might be just getting to the gym. For somebody else, it might be lifting 500 pounds on the lift. I would like to share how one of my clients that I've been coaching changed her mindset in just a few days. So this is what she wrote to me last week. And days like this are why I would rather just switch to fasting to lose weight. Not thinking about food choices, exercise, etc. Nothing. Easy. I've tried to be accepting of where I am right now. I consciously think of it daily. But ultimately, it's because my body is trying to kill me, and I hate it for everything it's done. And as if the past year hasn't been enough on its own, I have no hair, no boobs, and a ton of extra weight to deal with in trying to move forward. Fuck this shit. And this is what she shared with me 5 days later. I would love to look like this. Attached a picture of a fit woman who is training hard. But we both know I will never be devoted enough to putting in that much work. Still pissed that I'm where I am with my health, but wallowing on it won't get me anywhere. So here we are. I hope you can hear the difference. So if you believe that being out of home, sick or anything else is the reason why you can't improve your nutrition, that is your limiting belief. If you are just focusing on the bad things, on the external circumstances, especially those that you have really no control about, that's a recipe for frustration. Rather, let's focus on what we can do in any situation. It might not be the way you want it to be. It might not be the ideal way. It might not even seem that it's working or changing anything really. But the important part is that you are doing something, that you are building these habits, because with the proper base and the mindset, this is necessary to get results. Without it, you will not. And many fitness programs and meal plans and really a lot of information in nutrition is about changing your macros or having a specific workouts and such. That's really part of the big complex problem. Many people don't have really problem just following some kind of directions, but the real problem, the real issue here is managing your own emotions. So when circumstances like that happen, when you are more stressed, when you maybe feel ill, or you just have simple cravings for food, you can tell yourself like, no, I will not eat that because it doesn't fit my goals. But also have self-compassion to say like, okay, I can have that. That doesn't mean that I will eat all the cakes. I will just have a piece. And be in peace with that. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope it was also helpful to you. And this was part of my weekly newsletter that you can sign up to if you want to read more at danweiss.eu/newsletter. The link will be also in the description below. And if you are looking for some guides that will help you to eat better, think better, and become a better, more fit, healthier, better looking person, but also more emotionally and physically resilient, then I have some free guides for you. You can download them by visiting the link in the description below. And until next week, have a great day.